Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos for more on this. So, Danny, no surprise, we've got 19 not guilty pleas. What happens next? Is this the time where we could maybe see some of these defendants try and get plea deals?
And now chaos. And here's what I mean. We're going to have multiple trial dates. You have defendants who are already trying to sever, and there will be more that try to sever. This case is currently proceeding in not just two different courts, two separate sovereigns in both federal and state court. And there's a chance that part of the case may end up in federal court. All of it might end up in federal court. And imagine the complexity there of taking all 19 defendants and all their motions and pushing them up to federal court, where you now apply the federal rules of procedure as opposed to the state rules of procedure. This case is only beginning to enter the maelstrom of procedural messiness. It's going to be, frankly, really difficult to follow. Just take a look. We're only a month in, and you have defendants who are demanding a speedy trial in October, which is no way that's going to happen. Even if it starts, jury selection is going to take months. And the only reason I say that is there's currently a RICO case in Fulton County of a much lesser-known defendant, although somewhat high profile. That one's been in jury selection for 8 months. Now, even if that's an anomaly, yeah, that's right. Not trial, not testimony, jury selection. Wow. State courts are not federal courts. They simply do not run as fast and efficiently as federal courts. So I can't even picture what procedurally these cases are going to look like when it's all said and done.
And speaking of the federal level, we mentioned there are new developments on the January 6th front. Opening statements set to happen today for the case against former Trump advisor Peter Navarro. He's charged with contempt of Congress after ignoring subpoenas from the January 6th committee. He actually spoke to reporters on this. Let's hear what he had to say, and we'll talk to you on the other side.
Before the first juror is even seated, I've effectively been stripped of most of the possible defenses in this case. And that's exactly why I believe, and as I have said from the beginning, that this case is headed inexorably towards the Supreme Court.
Now, he went on to say this is about the separation of powers and about executive privilege. Does he have a point there? And could this make it to the Supreme Court, which he also said?
He may be right. I mean, this is a totally different situation. Remember, I told you the Fulton County case could take years. This case will take 1 day, maybe 2. Why? Because the burden of proof is so simple. You could do this in what's called a stipulated trial. The parties pretty much don't disagree on the facts. It's the legal issues that they disagree on. And the legal issues are the ones that will go up the appellate chain all the way to the Supreme Court in all likelihood, if the court decides that these issues of privilege and separation of powers are worthy of review. But on the facts alone, we've already seen these cases take about 15 minutes to put on. Did you get a subpoena? Yeah, I did. Did you comply with it? No, I didn't. Those are the facts. The legal issues, those are another thing.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.